Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs, and we're going to talk new Cub, Hector Neris. We just signed Hector on a free agent contract, and I wanted to go through the details of that contract a little bit, talk about Hector's his past, where's he been, what has he been doing, his numbers, his pitches, and all very good news. So let's just go ahead and we'll kick back. We'll talk new Cub Hector Neris, born June 14th, 1989. So he's 34 years old. He'll be 35 in June of this year. 6'2", 227, right-hand pitcher out of the Dominican Republic. Spent the early 12 years of his career, first 12 years of his career in the Phillies organization. Phillies signed him in 2010, international free agent. And he worked his way up through the farm system with the Phillies. Started in rookie ball, low A, high A, all the way up, step by step. And he made his professional debut with the Phillies on August 5th of 2014. Once he made that debut, he pretty much stayed in the bigs. His nickname is Happy Hector. It's pronounced Hector Neris. Hector Neris. Cubs signed him to a 1-year, $9 million contract with an option for the second year and a player option after 60 games. So the total is a possible incentive package of $23.25 million. So it is a relatively significant contract, and that's what I heard first. So I just saw the contract, and I knew about Hector, but I hadn't really looked into him. Turns out he was probably the best reliever left on the free agent board, and his value is right around where we paid him. So it's not something that we did that doesn't make sense big picture wise. So welcome to Hector Neris. I want to talk about his numbers a little bit, and I thought for me the first thing I'd want to know is what did he do most recently, right? He's 34, 35 years old, so I don't really care what he did, when he was 25. What did he do last year? So here's his 2023 numbers with Houston. He pitched in 68. He pitched 68 and a third innings total, and his ERA in those 68 and a third innings is 1.17. Okay, his WHIP 1.054. I like that. He struck out 77 in that 68 and a third, so that equates to 10.1 strikeouts per nine. And he walked 31 for a 4.1 bases on balls for nine. No starts, always in relief. He's been a reliever. He was sort of a starter through his minor league career, but as a major leaguer, he's been a reliever the whole time. So, but for the Houston Astros in 2023, it doesn't look like he was their closer. He only has 2 saves, and he only finished 7 games. So it looks like he was probably the 7th, 8th inning guy. In his 8 years with the Phillies, from 2014 to 2021, there was a period of time where it looked like he was their closer. He had 28 saves in 2019. So in that 2 or 3 year period, it looks like he did a lot of closing for them. So he's got 84 saves in his career with the Phillies. In those 8 years with the Phillies, his ERA is 3.42. He's thrown 407 and 2/3 innings. His WHIP during those innings is 1.192. Strikeouts per nine, 11.5, with a low 3.3 bases on balls per nine. He's been really good. He was really good in 2023 with Houston. He was really good in his 8 years with the Phillies. So let's look at his career total. Career totals: 89 saves, 3.24 ERA, 1.153 WHIP, 11.2 strikeouts per nine, and 3.3 bases on balls per nine. That's a career. Those are good numbers, And I don't know, at 34, 35 years old, I'm assuming he's healthy. I'm assuming he's got a lot of gas in the tank. 2-year deal. So we'll see what happens. But let's talk about his pitches. What does Hector Neris throw? Well, basically he's got 2 really good pitches. The first is his fastball. It is a four-seamer, In 2023, he threw that 52% of the time. It's a 93 mile an hour on average pitch that hitters have trouble with. Hitters hit 153 on that pitch in 2023. And what's interesting about it is he gets hitters out with it when he's up in the zone on it. So he keeps it up. He's got a 29% whiff rate on it and a 22% put away percent. So that's a really good pitch. And he leans on it 52% of the time. His changeup they call a splitter. In fact, when you look at what he throws, they won't mention changeup. They call it a splitter. But for us, just kind of understanding what it is, he throws his change, and it's a splitter, and it comes in at about 83 miles per hour, which is a really good average. Hitters hit only 171 against that splitter change. Got a whiff rate of 42% on it. So, and he has to keep it down. If he keeps it down, which makes sense, four-seamer up, splitter change down, he has success. So that's sort of what we can look for in terms of pitches from Hector. He does have a sinker, and the sinker, the thing that popped into my head was Carlos Zambrano's heavy sinker, that 92 mile per hour sink, which is what Hector has, threw it 15% of the time. So fastball, splitter, heavy sinker is what we can look for. He does have a slider. He only threw it about 4% of the time. So that's what we can look for. Fastball's up, change, splitter down, and that heavy sinking fastball, that 92 mile per hour, and he gets swing and misses when that pitch is up too. So there's a little bit of a difference between these two fastballs. So those are his pitches. I wanted to just pay some attention to what his percentiles are. In 2023, here's where he's really good, like over 90%. So he's in the 90th percentile in overall pitch run. So his balls move. 90th percentile. His fastball moves even better than that. It's got a 93 percentile in terms of its total run. His batting average on balls hit are 95 percentile. So when hitters put the bat on the ball, it doesn't turn into hits. And the reason for that is they don't hit it hard. He's in the 92 percentile in terms of exit velocity average, and his best percentile is 97% on hard hit rate. So his pitches in the 90th percentile in major league averages, he is in the 90th or better on pitch run, fastball run, batted ball average exit velocity, and average hard hit rate. On paper, I'm a big fan of Hector. Let's do his splits. I did a splits for 2023, right-handed, left-handed. Well, he is harder on lefties. Lefties didn't hit as well as righties did, but none of them do. I'll give you the splits. Right-handed hitters hit 181. Left-handed hitters hit 163. Right-handed hitters got on base at a 280 on-base percentage. Lefties at 272. Right-handers slugged 326. Lefties only 245. OPS for right-handers is 606. Left-handers is 517. Let's do batting average against. I thought I'd look into that. Compared to major league averages as well. So in 2023, batters hit 174 against Hector. League average is 250. On base percentage, total league average is 319. Against Hector, they did 277. Slug, league average 411. Hector's batting against slug was 292. OPS, league average 730. OPS against Hector 569. Home run percentage. League average 3.1%, Hector 2.6, better than league average on home run percentage. Strikeout percentage, league average 22%, Hector 28.2. He strikes out more than league average. Base on balls, Hector's a little higher. Hector's at an 11.4% base on balls, league average 8.3. So that's the only number that I came up with where he's not above league average or well above it. So I got to tell you, Hector, I don't know if they're thinking closer, but seriously, he's going to have leverage innings. Does he close? Did they just let him close and let Adbert drop down to maybe the 8th inning guy? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. But that is a significant signing. That is a top level arm coming out of the pen. And right now, I'm going to guess he might be their closer that they have in mind. New closer. How exciting is it when you sign a potential new closer? This is great news. This is really awesome. Very excited. So I wanted to get this out to you as quickly as I could. Hector Neris, I'm hoping that everything is good to go with him. We'll find out more as we go. And very exciting news. So glad to share that with you. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. And we'll all welcome Hector Neris and look forward to watching him coming up here very soon. Go Cubs, go.